folks, welcome to another episode of Michael in the Backyard. Well, I put Big Mo to work on a tree and then some excavation. Before I take the forks off, I wanted to take this tree out. Where'd she go? Sent my wife to get the screw gun out of the back of the Jeep. The Jeep's right there. Where'd she go? She's gonna take this little squirrel feeder off the tree. But what I've got is dead standing here. Pretty tall. I got a power line right there. Where'd you go look?
I was going out that way.
Oh, Jeep was right by you.
I know, I said kick me in the face.
So my plan is to put the pressure on it to push it that way, but I'm going to notch it down here. Then I want to use the forks to kind of guide it. It seemed to work really well when I did the thing in the big tree in the front yard that was a lot bigger than this guy. Might be some screws in the bottom too. Is there? There's probably screws in the bottom. Hey, you broke that stick off. Go right there. There's one. Go right there, right there, right there, right there. Maybe one right there. No. Maybe up here. What's holding it?
The shoulder.
Oh, it's just glued to the tree. There we go. All right, so the plan is to not drop it on the greenhouse. And this tree on the right should keep it just like, and that's a mulberry tree, and whatever happens to that mulberry tree, I'm not too worried about. So, you want to hold the camera like over in this area while I'm sawing? And keep it going right there. Now my goal here is not to go and cut until I say timber, but go enough that it weakens it, that I can do the final popping with that, because it is favoring toward the tractor a little bit, but I gave it a little shove. I got enough, there's enough weight there to do what I need to do, I do believe. All right, Poulin, let's dance. Warm it up a bit. If anything happens, run that way, okay? That's a pretty good wedge. Now we're going to come up here about 3 or 4 inches above the wedge and start cutting down toward it, weaken it up. All right. Show you what we got here. Man, them sprayers are loud. Got one heck of a wedge going here. You can see where the rot's in the middle here. Black ants everywhere. Losing their home for sure. Then I cut, there's literally 2 inches left over here, and I'm clear back through all the way, maybe 4 inches over here. And it didn't pinch the blade, so I know there's no pressure on that wedge. Let's we'll put the boss out of the way and stick you guys on the shop wall here. And give her a little gentle push. We don't want any limbs popping out of the top, coming down on my power line or on me. But once it starts to go, I sawed it low enough for it to go. It's going. It's leaning in a favorable direction now. The other tree's holding it. We'll come down a little lower and give it another shove. She rolled. Still been a pretty safe angle. Well now. Now some might think, oh my God, you got a real problem here, boy. No, I don't, because it's laying at an angle that's manageable. If it rolls one way or the other right now, it's not going to hit anything. I'm going to get a chain and hook around my bucket and around the trunk and see if I can drag it backwards and drag it into the clearing here, and that actually might make it easier cleanup. Now the goal here is to keep it low enough that the bucket can protect the tractor in case there's any kick. Well, that's pretty successful, I'd say. What do you think, boss? Did I pass the test, boss? All right, now that we got it down that far, still kind of dangerous here. But I think while that's being held up, I can cut through this upper one here and let it relax. We'll see. About this is it's really dry tree, so it's not going to just go creakety 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 slowly. I think when it pops, it's just going to pop hard. And I'm worried about the roll. But it's supported. Go a little deeper here. What happened? Well, I think we got that in manageable bite-sized pieces.
You're not saving any of this, are you?
No, this is going on the burn pile. It's all dried, rotten. That stump's gonna burn really nice because it's been dried out for a few years. Alrighty. It went down soft, my wife said. I mean, the boss. But whatever took out, I forget what kind of was, elm or locust or whatever this was, took out these trees. Several of them on the property. This is gonna be one less dead standing, baby. Well, I'll be honest with you, it's a few hours later. We went and grabbed some lunch at our local grocery store. They have a little grill they grill out every Saturday. And you can get some ribeye steak sandwiches or pork chop on a stick, different things like that. So that's what we did and cooled off. And now, as you see here, we got this in bite-sized pieces. I'll pick up my chain, put it away, and then I'm gonna scoop this up chunk by chunk and get it back into the pile. And then I'm gonna drill holes in this dried out stump, because this is very dry, should burn very well. And we'll drill holes in it and we'll get her burned up, so I don't have to wait for it to rot. That's just some garbage, babe. I mean, boss. We'll put our divot back. To be honest with you, I almost want to come up with some kind of a backup camera to put on top of the cab here with a screen inside so I can see my fork tips easier while I'm sitting in the cab. And that'll make it a lot easier. It won't be digging up quite so much grass when I do stuff like that. I can almost stand up in the cab and see the tip of the forks, but it's very awkward, very uncomfortable, not real safe. We made short work of that. Now we're going to put some holes in it. Wonder if we can make a rocket stove out of this by going. I'll be raking up all this brush here and burning it all up right here too. Yep, that's what'll happen. Let's light the rocket stove first and see what happens. See if it actually does anything. Getting after it now. That tree ain't gonna get hurt at all. That tree won't get hurt at all. All right, it's another day later from the day when I cut that tree down, and the dead tree standing is gone behind me there. And then I got in Big Mo and started moving some dirt. And then I was gonna move a little dirt, then I decided to move a lot of dirt, and then I kept going. So I'm gonna catch you up and show you some of the stuff I'm doing and kind of why I'm doing it, because let's go over here for a minute. This is the area I've been filling in. And as you can see here, from that tree right there to over here is where the mow line right here used to be. And then we've backfilled all this here. And we built it up pretty tall. Right here, the top of this stump is 1 foot above the grade that I want it to be. And then actual grade that I want things to be is in front of the truck there. And then I did this. I started removing dirt. I dug a ditch all the way through here that was roughly at grade. Then I got out here with the old backhoe and started scooping a lot of dirt here. And I've got a storm coming in, pretty heavy clouds coming in. And I'd love to get this broke through to the other side before the rain hits, so all this water doesn't gather up and make a mess here for me. Now, I'm not exactly sure where I'm at on grade here, but I am pretty close to grade right here. There again, like I said, I had this ditch here that I dug. Been using it as a guideline. As you can see how much further I need to go over here to get, I got a pretty good pile of dirt to move here, but the old Big Mo's been doing it. And then I'll be taking this shelf down here, or whatever you want to call it. I'll be taking this down and, you know, all the way to where the gravel's at here, and maybe a little bit below, so I can put gravel in. Look, I had some dirt stuck in my bucket last night. The clay was getting kind of sticky. So let's jump in Big Mo, and let's move some dirt. I've been running the backhoe for a total of, since I bought it, we've got about 60, almost 64 hours on it now. I'm starting to get a little more educated on bucket, my bucket position. And all the dumping stuff, you know. Scrape all the excess off the back of the hill there if I can. It's kind of piling up. Then we'll get back in the hole, so to speak. I think I'm going to shove this in the hole right here. We'll get that out before the rain hits. This is going to minimize my washing and just the overall muddy mess of things, I think. Let's get a hold of this along here. One more of those and that'll clean that up pretty good. Then we'll get back after digging. Again, I've got this area here, I'm building up the grade about another foot over where it's currently at. The whole idea is to have 1 foot higher here in front of the international truck, to have it right at grade, and on the other side where I'm going to break through, a foot below grade. So that the general drainage from all this ground here would go toward the pond. That is the plan. Say it's supposed to rain here in another half an hour, so I got to take advantage of the dryness now, because it might be a day or two before I can get back at it, depending on how much rain we get. It's okay, we're going to dig right through that area next. My goal is to pull a pink line or a big old string from the top of that stump I pointed out earlier down to grade, so I can get a nice visual of what a straight line looks like. Because visually it looks pretty good right now, but what your eyes see and what the actual level machine says is level are two different things sometimes. That I've just dumped on there, I've been able to drive the tractor. Some of that stuff is up to 14 feet tall from where it started out, and I can drive this heavy tractor on it now because it's been all summer I've been driving on it. It's been raining on it and packing it down. This clay doesn't cut the best. I need some teeth for this bucket. If you guys got any suggestions for teeth that you'd put on your bucket, I'm all ears. Let's go ahead and get this little bit here that we dumped in. We're able to get some pretty good buckets. And as you can see, it's damp underneath. It's not wet, but it is. Moisture in the soil is there, which is good. Some of this I'm dropping from higher heights just to break it up a little bit more. We're not too far from breaking through. We got another 4 or 5 feet to go. That's a lot of weight there, I'll tell you what. Clay is heavy. Oh, rain's starting to come down. through. Well, that was pretty fun. We moved a lot of dirt here. You know, the GoPro don't do it a lot of justice, but there's a pretty good step right there. We're gonna bring that on across a little further. We'll start tapering it off. Like I said, my goal is to go back to this stump right here. I'm gonna get it up close to you so you can see what you're talking about. See what you're talking about, see what I'm talking about. Okay, right there's a stump in the ground that I left. That was my high mark. Now the goal is to still bring this up high, because I've got out here, we got to fill all this in here yet. Basically bring it up to about right where I'm at here. But now you can see the cut through the hill. Didn't realize there was this much of a rise to the hill here, but there is. And not only rise, but in order to get it to cascade down. But we broke through, got us a nice road through here. This is some hard packed stuff here now. You could almost go right on top of this with gravel and you'd be good. But you see how we tapered it off out here to where it's just going to go on down the hill. Now you can see the taper here on the hill. Kind of get a view of it here. And a little bit of it, what's going on here. If I get you guys right down on the ground here, you can see how much of a rise there is there. But all that's going to get cut out yet. But I definitely wanted to get this broke through so rain and whatever wouldn't gather. We're still going to puddle up here, guaranteed. I'm not sure, I still don't have to go a little lower here. But I think that was a good time to stop. Tomorrow, we're supposed to get a decent amount of rain tomorrow. So I wanted to get this much done. It did rain on us while we were working there, but nothing I was worried about. It didn't get soupy or slippery. Matter of fact, I almost felt like it got more traction. And the coolness, I don't hit the tractor, none at all. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with how this is coming along. Now you can kind of see my vision from the front of the International there all the way across to that tree over there, making this all that flat to get myself a nice big parking lot. This parking lot is for me to be able to park boats, just things in general, on a nice flat ground, because everywhere I park it now I have to put wheel chocks. Alrighty. Phew, it's sticky out. I don't know why it's so humid. It didn't just rain. All right, folks, this is Michael saying, boy, if it ain't broke, fix it till it is, then have some fun with it. And hopefully it don't break again. If it does, I'll fix it. That's what I do. This is Michael, and I'm out. Treat each other kind, and we'll see you on the next video if I'm lucky. I'm out. All right, folks, I thought this might be a little interesting for you. Maybe, maybe not. Tell me if you like it or not. Tell me if you liked the previous segment where there's just a lot of dirt movement. But I also got the drone up above me, going to follow me around here for a second so you can get a bird's eye view of some things I'm talking about here. Now, this I didn't quite have leveled out. I did have it dug through to the other side over here, as you can see. And then there's a section through that I did in the previous segment that I dug through. This was from a few weeks ago. My attempt at trying to get something going on here. But the really cool part is it poured like a son of a gun last night. We got a lot of storms. That little sprinkle we had earlier was just a prelude to what happened in the middle of the night. Excuse me, lots of rain, lots of thunder and lightning, and just a torrential downpour. But what I like seeing out here is what I'm seeing now, and this might be a little bit sticky out here yet. Oh, there's a soft spot. Let's not walk through any of this. Let's walk mud adjacent. Yuck. Ugh. So, it rained so much last night that this is going to take days to clear out. Plus the forecast for the next 4 to 5 days shows rain. Now you can see where I had it graded off. None of that held water, which is perfect. It all ran off that way. Couple of low spots over here. And then that ditch, which I knew would catch some water. I might have dug that just a touch too deep, because right now where it's at for grade is what I want. This area here is where I'm wanting back up drone. It's keeping an eye on me, doing a good job. This area here is low by about a foot. And You can see a nice shelf right here where that was all filled in. Yesterday's dirt. And it puddled up, obviously, and some wash happened, but that's okay. That's fine. This is all going to be level here. It's kind of hard to see. The camera doesn't do it justice. From here, you can see right here where there's a little bit of a dip down here. That'll come up. That's why this is here. That'll come up level there, and it'll be level going across. And as we spin around, level here. That's the good stuff. And this is what takes time. It takes time to do this. Now, am I using the right tool for the job? No. A bulldozer would be much easier. But I also don't have a bulldozer. And it costs a lot to rent a bulldozer. And I already have a Big Mo. So that's what I'm going to use. Now, I was just in there editing the video and decided, hey, I want to try this with the drone. And also wanted to show you the results of after the rain. That's why I'm dressed in some editing attire, which basically the only difference is I got sandals on and some different lightweight shorts and not my cargo shorts. But I want to bring you down and look at this side here too. This is on the exit side. Nothing washed out. So when we bring it down to grade here, I'm just going to back down the hill so you guys can kind of see from a level perspective. Now right here, I'm probably, if I brought that where it exits it out here, it'd probably hit me in the waist, which would be about 3.5 feet or so. But you can see that's how much crown is in this whole area here. Now my goal is to get this built up all the way, or cut down, I should say, all the way over to this tree. And this tree may or may not go. That elm tree there, or whatever it was I took out, was a questionable tree to start with. Might have set the fate for this one, but I don't mind this tree. It's not bad. Like right now, I can walk underneath it, stand in the shade, which feels pretty good. Can't complain about that. Now this this did wash down a little bit here because this is still a pretty good hill right in this area right here that I'm pointing at, because I never cut it level across. But now that I've established what I'm calling grade, I'll be able to work this from multiple angles. And I'm learning, every day I use the bucket, I'm learning more and more about the bucket and how to use it. But now that I've got some flat ground established, I can sit there and keep working it across. I can keep digging at it and maintain grade, which is my goal. Whoa. I don't know how that drone did not hit the tree just now. It literally missed the tree by inches. Hey, Mr. Drone, you're filming me, I'm filming you. This tree right here, it just almost clipped it. I thought when it was in active track it would have crash avoidance, but that may be turned off. But as you can see, as we come across the property here, this is a higher grade here where my shop's at. Now the question is, do I keep this shop level here up where I put this mound? Let's see if I can point at this mound right here. I kind of put that there as a test to kind of get a visual and use my laser to see how much more buildup I had to have. So it was kind of one of those things. But watch this thing. Is it going to miss the tree? It is so far. It's staying with me. But I'm not the expert drone pilot here. I'm just kind of, oh, it's a little greasy right there. But at least I'll have a decent, from this tree back to the lean-to, it'll be a flat parking lot, which is where I park boats, park things, back things in. And it'll be a nice big gravel area that I can turn around in, you know, and just have an open spot that's flat. So if I decide to unhook a boat or trailer like this, I don't have to put blocks behind the wheels. That's the goal. And then by having this little outcropping here, fill in, it's a place for me to go with dirt, which is nice. but it's also more flat area. I actually used it before I built it up. I actually pulled in there. It's packed in enough. I pulled the Jeep in there and backed the boat and did a 180 turnaround with the boat. But yeah, we're gonna be a few more days now before I can get back out here, because this is gonna have to dry out again. Otherwise, she's gonna be a soupy mess. And I'm not after getting the tractor all muddy and or stuck. But it will be nice once this is all level. And I might have to get my buddy out here. You guys follow K6 Outdoors. He has a Mahindra Max, and he's got a box for that. But once I get it down to where I think grade looks pretty good, he can come out here with this box blade and really, really sweeten it up a little bit there. And that way we don't disturb too much dirt. We leave as much pack as we can there. We'll let it rain on it a few times. I'll get some geotextile matting to put down, and then we'll be able to start using Blue Thunder there and haul some 3/4 to fine gravel and just start filling it all in and get 2 to 3 to 4 inches of gravel all over this whole area. It's going to take a few dump truck loads, but that's the reason I got the dump truck as well, is because I can haul it and get a lot more money, bang for my buck, hauling it than I can buying it and paying somebody to haul it. So I was just checking to make sure I hit record on the drone, because I don't like doing 2 takes. 1 take is plenty. All right, folks, just thought that would be interesting to you. Let me know what more you'd like to see about this project. Maybe you're tired of this project already, but I think seeing, bringing you the drone perspective, I think the other thing I want to do, this might be kind of fun to see. I'm going to try it on top of my lean-to there. I can get a ladder out there, and I can put on my GoPros on top, aiming down over the whole area, and we'll do some time lapse. Maybe the next video we'll do time lapse of moving all this dirt. That way, you guys have seen the tractor, you've heard the tractor make tractor noises and saw what it can do, but maybe it'd be fun to see it, this change in shape right before your eyes. I think I'd enjoy seeing it. Man, the sun is just cooking me right now. It is warm today. All right, there again, this is Michael. So the last time on this video saying, if it ain't broke, fix it till it is. I'll see you on the next video. If I'm lucky, I'll see you then. And be kind to one another. And I'm gonna see if I can land this drone without crashing it. I'm out.